Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, there lived an ant who was very hardworking and dedicated. He worked tirelessly throughout the day and never took any rest. His main aim in life was to collect food and store it in the anthill so that the colony could survive through the winter season. One sunny afternoon, the ant was flying back to his anthill after collecting some berries when he saw a small bird lying on the ground with a broken wing. The ant quickly rushed to the bird and asked, "Hello, little bird. What happened to you? Why are you lying here?" The dove looked up at the ant and replied in a sad voice, "Oh, kind sir, while I was flying back home, I got caught in this hunter's net, and now my wing is broken. I don't think I can fly anymore." The ant felt bad for the dove and said, "Don't worry, little bird. I will help you." And with all his might, he started pulling the net to free the dove. But just then, another ant came by and saw the ant struggling to free the dove. He asked, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your precious time on this bird? It's not our responsibility to help him. Instead, we should focus on collecting food for our colony." The first ant replied, "No, we can't leave him here to die. We'll have to help him. If we don't, then we'll be no better than that cruel hunter." The second ant shook his head and went away. After a few minutes, another ant came by and asked, "What are you doing? Are you crazy? Why are you helping this bird who doesn't even know how to say thank you? He will only betray us in the future." But the first ant didn't listen to him either. He kept pulling the net until finally he managed to free the dove. When the dove was free, he immediately flew up in the air and said to the ant, "Thank you so much for saving my life. I will never forget your kindness." Then the dove flew away. The two ants who had tried to stop the first ant from helping the dove felt ashamed of themselves. They realized that they had been wrong. Helping others in need is always the right thing to do, no matter what. From that day on, whenever these three ants saw each other, they would greet each other warmly, and they all lived happily ever after. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a dense jungle, there lived a mighty lion who was the king of the entire forest. He was known for his bravery, strength, and his loud, powerful roar that could shake the ground beneath his paws. The lion was loved and respected by all the animals in the jungle. One day, the lion was taking a stroll through the jungle when he heard a strange sound. It was a tiny squeak that seemed to be coming from a nearby bush. Curious about the sound, the lion approached the bush and asked, "Who's there? Can you please come out and show yourself?" A tiny mouse poked its head out of the bush and squeaked, "Please don't hurt me, Mr. Lion. I won't take up much of your time. Just hear me out for a moment, and I promise I'll be on my way." The lion was taken aback by the mouse's boldness. Usually animals would run away in fear when they saw him, but this little mouse wasn't afraid at all. The lion sat down on the ground and asked, "Well, little mouse, what do you want to tell me?" The mouse took a deep breath and said, "Mr. Lion, I know you're the king of the jungle, and everyone respects and obeys you. But sometimes I think your roar isn't as mighty as you believe it to be." The lion was confused and asked, "What do you mean by that, little mouse?" "My roar is very powerful. It can shake the entire jungle." The mouse nodded his head and said, "Yes, Mr. Lion, your roar is indeed very loud, but it's also very deep and rumbling. Wow. It doesn't have the sharp, piercing quality that truly startles your prey or makes them lose control over their bodily functions." The lion thought about what the mouse had said and realized that it was true. His roar might be loud, but it lacked the sharpness that a predator needs to have. The mouse continued, "Mr. Lion, if you want to improve your roar, I suggest you visit the nearby lake and ask the ducks there for advice. They are known for their loud and piercing screams, and they might be able to help you." The lion thanked the mouse for the advice and went to the lake to look for the ducks. When the ducks heard the lion's request, they were happy to help. They gathered around him and told him how to let out a sharp and powerful scream. The lion practiced different sounds until finally he was satisfied with the new addition to his roar. From that day on, the lion's roar became even more feared and respected throughout the jungle. All the animals trembled in their tracks when they heard his mighty roar that was both loud and sharp. As for the mouse, he gained the respect of all the jungle animals for his wisdom and bravery. He had outsmarted the lion and saved himself from being eaten, all because he had the courage to speak his mind. And that's the story of how a mouse outsmarted a lion and helped him become even more powerful. It shows us that no matter how big or strong someone is, There's always something they can improve on, and that even the smallest of creatures can teach us valuable lessons. All right, kids, it's time for bed. Remember, always be kind to others, and never let anyone discourage you from doing the right thing. Sweet dreams, and see you next time.